How many hours have you spent redrawing blurry logos, zooming in, fixing curves, adjusting hundreds of nodes, only to end up with something that still doesn't match the original? Today I'm going to show you the exact workflow I use before I even start vectorizing inside CorelDRAW. This isn't about replacing designers with AI. It's about removing repetitive work so you can spend your time where it actually matters. By the end of this video you'll know how to turn a poor quality logo into a clean vector in just a few minutes. Traditionally we'd start right here. Pick the Bezier tool. Draw every curve. Adjust every node. Fix every corner. If the logo has metallic effects, things become even slower, because now you have to figure out what belongs to the actual logo and what is only a rendering effect. That's where most people lose time. The real problem isn't the vectorization. The real problem is that most logos we receive aren't actually logos. They're AI renders, or screenshots, or compressed JPEGs, or social media images full of shadows, metallic effects, reflections, and fake depth. Trying to vectorize those directly usually creates hundreds of unnecessary nodes. Instead, I clean the logo before I vectorize it. My first step is ChatGPT, but not to vectorize. I use it to reconstruct the logo. The prompt tells ChatGPT to ignore every visual effect and recover only the original graphic structure. It removes metallic reflections, lighting, textures, noise, decorative effects, and rebuilds what a professional logo designer would have originally created. The prompt is available in the description if you want to download it. The result isn't a finished logo. It's a clean reference. Exactly what we need before vectorization. Look carefully. The new version is much cleaner. Curves are smoother. Edges are easier to recognize. The butterfly is simplified. The letter R is much more readable. This single step already removes most of the work. Before we continue with the AI workflow, let's answer a question I see all the time. Why not just use PowerTRACE in CorelDRAW? That's a fair question. PowerTRACE has improved a lot over the years, and for many simple logos, it does a surprisingly good job. So instead of guessing, let's compare both methods using exactly the same logo. I'll start with the traditional CorelDRAW workflow. No AI. No image enhancement. Just the original image and PowerTRACE. For logos like this, I usually start with the detailed logo preset because it preserves more information. Now let's adjust a few settings. Every logo is different, so there isn't a universal setting. The goal is to find a balance between preserving the shape and avoiding unnecessary nodes. Too much detail creates hundreds of extra nodes. Too little detail changes the logo. At first glance, the result actually looks pretty good. But let's zoom in. This is where automatic tracing starts to show its limitations. The overall shape is there, but the curves aren't as clean as they could be. Some edges become uneven. Several unnecessary nodes were created. And I'll still need to spend time refining everything manually. There's nothing wrong with PowerTRACE. In fact, I still use it for many projects. But it works best when the source image is already clean. That's the key difference. Now let's compare that with the workflow we started earlier. Instead of tracing the original image, I first reconstructed the logo using AI. The AI removes reflections, gradients, metallic effects, and unnecessary details before the vectorization even begins. That gives the PowerTRACE much better information to work with. Now compare both vectors side by side. The AI workflow reconstructs the logo first, which produces cleaner geometry and smoother curves. The first one PowerTRACE follows the bitmap exactly, including imperfections. If the customer already gives you a high-quality logo, PowerTRACE is often more than enough. But if you're dealing with compressed images, screenshots, social media graphics, or AI-generated artwork, reconstructing the logo first usually produces a much better starting point. Either way, I never deliver the automatic result directly to the client. The final step is always the same: professional refinement inside CorelDRAW. Now we send the clean version to Vectorize.ai. Notice something important. We're not vectorizing the original image. We're vectorizing the reconstructed version. That makes a huge difference, because Vectorize.ai now has clean shapes instead of trying to interpret reflections and textures. Now let's bring the SVG into CorelDRAW. At this point the logo is already about 90% finished. Now comes the part where experience matters. This is where AI stops, and design begins. Now I inspect every curve, correct symmetry, adjust spacing, fix line thickness, simplify unnecessary nodes, because no automatic tool understands branding as well as an experienced designer. The final 10% is what separates an amateur result from a professional one. The original logo uses a metallic gold appearance. Instead of trying to copy the fake lighting, I recreate it using a clean vector gradient. Only a few color stops are needed. No textures, no bitmap effects, just a simple editable gradient. That's much more suitable for printing and future editing. Let's compare the entire workflow. Original blurry logo. AI reverse engineering. Vectorize.ai. CorelDRAW refinement. Final professional logo. Notice that AI didn't replace the designer, it simply removed repetitive work. The final quality still depends on your design skills. If you work with printing, sign making, packaging, branding, screen printing, or promotional products, this workflow can save you hours every week. I'll leave the reverse engineering prompt in the description below so you can start using the same process today. If you'd like to see more professional AI workflows inside CorelDRAW, let me know in the comments by typing "More AI plus CorelDRAW." If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with another designer. Thanks for watching.